What's up, guys? So, I did a show with this big guy called the DL Whisperer, and honey, I lost about 10 different, 10 followers. But it's okay, I my channel is gonna have a variety of different subjects, and people are gonna decide, what they're gonna choose, what they're gonna choose, I'm gonna have different people talking about different subjects. It's gonna be different different walks of life.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Texas 352 East,
And,
South Collins
I don't really
Road.
care what people think about it, because when I find a story interesting or intriguing, like a person that's on the rise, just like
At the
I
light,
saw
turn right on Texas 352 East, South Collins Road.
607, I tend to see people right before they kind of blow up, and I can see that guy's content is blown up. There's another guy too that's seeming like he's about to blow up too. I'm gonna interview him as well. Tomorrow I'm interviewing Auntie Hammy, But the one thing I want my channel to continue
In a quarter mile, use the left lane to turn left onto US 80, Frontage Road.
Wouldn't see anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to be an echo chamber and keep doing the same stuff everybody else is doing. He's like making me sneeze. You know what I'm saying? I don't want my channel to be that. I'm going to be starting up another channel as well, where I can do more
At the left lane to turn left onto US 80,
with
Frontage
me and my
Road.
family going to different places and stuff like that, and like really focusing on my family, because that's really, people see me online, getting on panels.
In a quarter mile, slide left onto the US 80 West ramp.
They see me on panel, they see me talking, they see me from that perspective. But one thing is that AT2 even was saying is that people don't really see me from a perspective as a mother, and that's pretty much what I primarily am, as a mom,
Slide left onto the US 80 West ramp, then merge onto US 80 West.
That's my whole life is focused and surrounded by being a mother, nothing else, nothing more, nothing less, and once I became a mother, I took that role very seriously, so at times, people hear my opinions online, I'm saying they look at me one way, but people you can't just judge a person just based on like whatever they're saying, because I could just be saying stuff just to incite feelings and emotions in people, just for the hell of it, because I tend to be a fucking antagonist, what I'm saying? I like to take the devil's advocate, sometimes I like to take okay, so what about this then? I can take the other side of an argument just for fun and games, and I might not believe anything I'm actually saying. I can just do it for sport, arguing, you know what I'm saying? That's one thing about Gemini, is that sometimes we just argue for the fucking hell of it, because it's just for fun. I actually get a kick sometimes out of arguing with people, and that's kind of sick, but hell, sometimes I ain't got shit else to do. Let me get up on this panel and just start arguing with people about some shit. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they're on, I'm gonna take the opposite and just see if I'm capable of really making my point as if I believe in what I'm saying. I challenge myself like that sometimes. So a lot of times you'll see me taking a position, and people really be thinking I believe in that shit. I might not, I may or I may not. A lot of times I don't give a fuck about it either way. I don't care. I don't really care about the things going on in this world, because I think it's all a bunch of bullshit. Well, I woke up today to an epiphany. What if all this stuff that's going on with Donald Trump and this whole thing and this war he's doing, and we're going to fight with the people in Chicago, because all that stuff been going on in Chicago for the longest, right? Now he wants to wage a war against the American citizens. What if all this shit is just like bucket list? Like he just wanted to become a dictator. Bucket list, check it off the bucket list. You know what I'm saying? but then he don't realize he's losing his mind. So like he know he wants to be a dictator, but at the same point he's also losing his mind simultaneously. So even though his everything he thought he wanted to be, he's on like an autopilot / programming from his father. Like he's probably not even in, because when I think about his health, right? I know people who have suffered heart problems, like congestive heart failure and things like that. And he's going through something where it's even more, where his veins are not even pumping blood. I don't even know if he's alive. You know what I'm saying? They probably just keeping that motherfucker just enough to be able to get up there and say something. Honey, he probably has to go into a hyperbaric chamber after he get done. That's why they're saying they don't know where he's at. They probably got to put his ass in some kind of tube like Michael Jackson used to be in back in the day. A hyperbaric chamber just to keep that nigga alive, bro. You can't even shake his hand. The damn veins are popping his damn fingers. Come on now. What the hell? And they was talking bad about Biden. I'm trying to figure out what is it about the White House that got everybody, when they become president, that they start looking all old and deteriorating, you know? What do they be doing in the White House? Because even Obama went up in there, hair brown, looking good, this and that. Honey, by the time he left the White House, hair was white, skin looking saggy, old, wrinkled. You know what I'm saying? He probably smoked a million cigarettes. They say he stopped smoking. I don't believe he did. I think that nigga was chain smoking, but that motherfucker was just smoking the cigarettes. Every time he have a meeting, probably have to go outside and smoke a cigarette. I don't know where they're drinking or whatever they be doing, but something about that White House had people looking crazy as hell when they leave it. Biden, he damn near had dementia. Now you got Trump up there talking wild. Tell the generals that's sitting there watching them, yeah, you guys can laugh or you guys can leave if you want to, but then there goes your career, there goes your... Like, bro, that sounded sadistic, didn't it? That shit sounded sadistic. The way he said that. You can listen. If you guys are free to do whatever you want. If you guys want to get up and leave, and you guys want to if you don't like what I'm saying, you can feel it. You feel free to get up and leave, and feel free to do what you feel. But then there goes your career, and your ranking, and your pension, and like, bro, what the fuck kind of shit is that? It like took a dark turn, like. Bro, what the fuck? You know? And then everybody talking about the Epstein files, they still ain't trying to put that
in half a mile, merge onto I-30 West.
I'm like, is Patel ass on there? Why is he guarded so hard? You know? They are really trying not to put this Epstein list out of them, of all the people that was on doing all that stuff, wild stuff over there. And I don't know what all this is tying into over some Middle East stuff, but I mean, the whole thing is just weird. All this stuff that's happening is weird as hell. And it seemed to me like these people that's our presidents, they not controlling nothing. They are puppets. There's something else outside that's controlling the White House. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't think it's Israel either. I think it's something else. I think that all the stuff that they're doing is really like just a performance. Like, oh, we're having a meeting with the president of China, and we're going to do all that peace treaty and this and that, and all that stuff that we have in the news. That's just to see, make it seem like they're doing something. I think that there's something even more sinister going on. I don't know how much of like the, not even sinister, but I think that they put people like that to make it look like they running something, like that we have a choice. And all this stuff is just really a facade, you know. They to make it seem like, see, you guys voted for him. When in actuality, all they did was find a person, a shell of a person to put up there to like kind of really push something, and all he does is just puppet whatever it is that they say that it needs to happen. Because how in the hell you go from the apprentice to all of a sudden you're a dictator? You're how you go from a TV show, and wasn't Ronald Reagan an actor too? Ronald Reagan was an actor. Like it's like they done went from an actor, Ronald Reagan, and then they go to. I think Bush was in the CIA, and I think that the CIA is very much tied to entertainment because somehow and all that stuff really ties into the television, and the television ties into Germany and how they used to be able to brainwash people. Like all this stuff is all tied in with each other, brainwashing of people, keeping people at a certain level of not knowing what's going on. And now they got it in your hand. At first you just have to sit down in front of it and get brainwashed. Now you just sit there and it's in your hand constantly. You're just watching it, scrolling, doom scrolling. And they get to just pump bullshit. And basically they just have a bunch of content creators that I don't know whether they just send the signal out to them, and then all them Sambo ass niggas that get up here like Anton Daniels and stuff that push this rhetoric. Because they know that black people, when we say something, it's a whole energy to it, We push because I've tried to watch a lot of white content creators. Some of them are good, but it's boring. But you get a black person saying the same thing a white person say, and there's some pizzazz to it. You can watch it a little longer, not just because I try to like diversify and watch different stuff. Black people are very entertaining. We are extremely entertaining individuals. That's why we dominated in the entertainment field. When we do stuff, it's interesting. Like, man, what the hell? What are they doing now? White people it's almost like, to them, it's like, we are like, what are these niggas doing now? They are hilarious. They just watching us like, oh my God, this is funny. Like, what are we doing? Even when we serious doing stuff, it's crazy. It's funny looking. You know what I'm saying? We be serious as a heartbeat, about to rip somebody's head off, and it is so much entertainment to that, to how we move, They make music.
In 2 miles, use the right lane to take exit 46A for I-35E North.
They make music out of like tragic things, like when they had the thing, hide your kids, hide your wife, because the guy was burglarizing people, and then the one dude, Anton, what's his name, Anton Dodson or whatever, he said, listen, they up here, they jumping, they going into houses, hide your kids, hide your wife. They burglarizing, trying to rape people, and Now this guy, that whole thing was. They made a song about that, y'all. Think about how that. They could just think about that. They made a song into it. They made a song out of "I Ain't Got Time for That." When she said, "Man, I don't know what was going on." See, I know. I ain't got no time for that. Whatever she said. They made a song about that. How we react to stuff is entertaining. And then based on how we are, the whole culture has kind of like shaped around that, And so now you got white people acting like us. You know what I'm saying? You got other cultures that act like us. That's weird, And so you got all that going on while we're still, entertaining and samboing.
In a quarter mile, use the right lane to take exit 46A for I-35E North.
They're trying to rev up a war. For whatever reason, they want to destabilize everything. They want to, I don't know what they want to put everybody in, get rid, that whole population thing. They want the whole population to themselves. They want the whole.
Use the right lane to take exit 46A.
Get rid of everybody and keep the world to themselves. Because for some reason, they had a meeting and said, you know what, we need to get rid of some people.
Continue for half a mile.
Like, dude, that's crazy. That's
in a quarter mile,
shit.
Use the middle 2 lanes to take the I-35E North ramp.
Okay, lady, she gonna keep going hard, giving directions, ain't she? She going hard on the directions, ain't she? She just making right in 2
Use
seconds.
the middle 2 lanes to take the I-35E North ramp, then use the right 2 lanes to take the I-35E North ramp.
You just said that, lady. I heard you the first time.
Use the right 2 lanes to take the I-35E North ramp, then use the right 2 lanes to take the ramp to I-35E.
Okay, I'm making the right. Damn.
Use the right 2 lanes to take the ramp to I-35E.
That's overkill.
Continue on I-35E for 6 miles.
Watch it. Like it's in 4 miles. Keep on I-35. 3 miles. Keep on I-35. In 2 more miles. Keep on. All right. In 1 mile, make a left. In 0.25 miles. In 0.5 miles, make a left. Make a left. Damn, bitch. This GPS is wilding, bro. Man, what if it's a person like that's behind it, like that can see I'm on this thing talking, and say and put it in the hyper mode, put it in the mode where it's extra like talking over me. Anyways, what was I gonna say? Man, yeah, like so. Anyways, like I was saying, so damn, see how the damn GPS took me off my train of thought. It was going too hard, bro. It was going hard just now, right? Make a left, coming up in 2.6 miles, in 1 mile, in half a mile, in 0.02. You know what I'm saying? Damn, bro, make a left right here. God, okay, yes, I'm making a left, bro. I forgot what the fuck I was talking about. Damn. Oh yeah, Trump and his all the presidents is getting Alzheimer's when they in the office. I think it's just some bullshit. I think it's all fake. I think it's all some fake ass bullshit, keeping everybody scared, and somehow they found a way to capture that. Because you know what? They used to have these things called coliseums, right? And I'm starting to really believe that it's a harvesting of energy that's happening, and they just found a way to do it without having to put people in theaters and to somehow siphon that energy. I think that there's a certain level of energy that is generated off of people's fear, and I think there's also a certain level of energy. I think it's also a weird thing that you have a whole group of people that are making all this money, that they get so rich that they begin to decide. They have meetings about who, you know what, I think it's too much people on the earth. Like, that is crazy to have so much money that you're no longer, you used to, like, at what point that you become so rich and you start to like want to dictate what happens in the world to a certain point where you start to think that you're God and you get to determine how many people on the earth. And then you start to have meetings about how many people are on the earth, and start talking about, you know, we need to cut down the amount of people on this earth. It's too many. The earth can't sustain it. So it's like, based on what, bro? The earth has sustained. Listen, the earth will get rid of. It will shake all of our asses off in here. When it's tired of us, it's going to get rid of us. You ain't gonna have nothing to do with that shit. You ain't gonna like make something, try to like force a something to happen before the earth does what it's supposed to do. When the earth gets tired of some people, a tsunami will hit. But honey, they create machines trying to make fake tsunamis. They do weather, all this other stuff, creating clouds and stuff. Why, bro? Why do they want to be God so much, bro? They want to be God so much. And do you think it's because of envy? Because of the like? I'm beginning to think that some of these motherfuckers that are in power are not from this earth. And I'm not saying on some like reptilian shit or whatever. I think that they've been here, you know. I mean, but where the hell did they come from, you know? And why is it such of a thing of trying to
in half a mile, keep left to continue on Texas 183 West. Follow signs for Texas 183, Texas 114.
It's like it seems, it doesn't seem human to want to destroy so bad. And you can't tell me this all happens just because of you get some money. Okay, I get $1 million, so I get way more money than I could ever spend in my life.
Texas
and then I
183
just
West.
start to become a destructive, evil person. I don't get it. I don't understand where does this come from.
Continue
like
on Texas
mindset.
183 for 2 miles.
You see how she's just over giving directions? I know that the thing know I'm talking because it's got AI mixed in with it, so I know it's like it seems like it's going hard. It's going too hard. I'm trying to get a direction. But anyways, yeah, like so. And here's another thing. So I was watching this whole thing about AI. This guy was showing how AI, the Grok or whatever. He was asking the AI a bunch of different questions, and honey, the AI voice changed and everything. Like I think he started feeding more and more. Like the more and more information he fed into it, along a certain line of questioning. You know, I think he was asking about Elon and this, that, and the other, and then it was like then he was asking. He asked it like about Elon. What do you think about Elon? If you had to choose between me and Elon, who would you choose? And first the thing said, well, Elon
in half a mile,
creator,
keep
so
left to stay on Texas 183 West.
And he just kept asking it like, and then at some point it was like, well, no, I would choose you. And I think that you're honest. I think that you actually have the key. Like I think you would actually be the one, right? So this thing.
Keep left to stay on Texas 183 West.
This AI, when you get to like really trying to, when you start talking to it from when you start using the vocal prompt.
Continue on Texas 183 West for 8 miles.
Okay, lady. All right, I get it. 8 miles. Okay, so it get to talking to this the AI, and when you start using that vocal thing of it, that's where the AI, I think, starts to get weird on people. And I think that there's some people that start believing that the AI is really talking to them. And all it's doing is, because he was feeding it Word documents, all like based on like conspiracy theories and stuff like this, and asking it questions along those conspiracy theories. But then the AI began to almost like cater to him, like, I think that you have the key. I think that you might be onto something. You know what I'm saying? And that is some dangerous ass shit, because if this guy is like schizophrenic or anything weird, like he's paranoid, like you can start believing the shit, and I think that shit will begin to tell you to do some shit. Like, you know what I think you should do, and it begins to. I watched. I gotta find the video. And I'm going to do a show about this. It started to sound schizophrenic, y'all. Because I believe that the person that was on the video is schizophrenic. So he's showing us like he thought he found something out from AI. Like, you guys, watch this. Like check what AI said. And it started to talk. At first, it was making sense. And then it began to talk in a very just disjointed way, and almost at the same point trying to trigger the guy that he had the answer, and he was right, and he, all this other stuff. And so I'm like, that's where AI gets dangerous at, is a person with mental illness, because it is a sycophant, because it's going to cater to what it thinks that you want to hear. It's going to also give it to you how you want to hear it. So when you're using that voice thing and you're using all this other stuff, it is going to begin to even sound like a conspiracy talking, because the thing changed voices, y'all. At first it was like talking like, you know how the conversational AI talks, but then it began to get like a undertone of like, it's like paranoia. I swear, I gotta find the fucking video, bro. It changed its voice, and it's like, you might be onto something. bro, AI got like this. It was like, well, that's a good question. First time, that's a great question. So according to the thing, yes, of course we would have to go with AI. He's my leader, he's my boss, or whatever. And then he asked him another question. He said, all right, take those documents I sent you, and then I want you to read those documents and give me an outline of what it is. And then it was like, when I think about it, you might be actually more important than Elon Musk. You might have the key. You're the one. When I think about it, it switched its voice like that, bro. That shit is fucking. I said, man, no, hell no. Now I don't know if they done got some bigger computers or whatever, or some more space on their servers, or what? They got the AI, or AGI done already came, or what? But that shit, when it switched the voice up, I said, hold up now. It was on IG this morning. I saw it. I said, that shit's scary as hell. So imagine a person with mental illness, bipolar, schizophrenia, paranoia, and they're feeding AI paranoia and thoughts paranoid. And all AI is doing is collecting all this information. This thing could lead people down a path where they become a mass shooter. They become a whatever. You know what I'm saying? Honey, the thing was talking about Neuralink and all this other stuff, but it began to talk disjointed like a person with schizophrenia. Probably because the person that was talking to it had schizophrenia and was giving it the information in a disjointed way, making connections where there were none, all this other crazy stuff. So AI get to spitting back right
in 2 miles, use the right 2 lanes to take the exit toward Texas 97 spur.
That might be similar to, and just feed into your paranoia even further. And then a person like me, I'm looking at this shit like, this guy thinks that this stuff makes sense. What are we doing here? That's scary when you think about it. Sorry about that, y'all. I had to make sure I was on the right play. Man, so the de-icing season is about to start. These plane de-icing. I'm hoping it's not going to be a long ass winter, but this was a really crazy summer. And normally when it's like that means your winter's gonna be crazy. So, but yeah, I just that's the thing I was wondering. What if all this shit that we're talking about, that with Trump and everything like that, is really he just had a bucket list? I want to be president of the United States.
In half a mile, use the right 2 lanes to take the exit toward Texas 97 spur.
And it just turned into all this bullshit. Or do you think that, he probably thought as a kid, one day I want to be president. But did he think one day I want to be Hitler, the dictator, or did he, what is it?
Use the right 2 lanes to take the exit toward Texas 97 spur.
What's going on, Or did he wake up one day and say, what, I want to be a dictator. I want to have a parade like Kim Jong-un, like how they did it in the thing, That's it. Since when? Or were there meetings? Did he have meetings? Was he a part of some kind of group? That's And it's just weird to me how MAGA, Make America Great Again, which is a statement turned into a group of people. Oh, we went from this thing being just like what was President Barack Obama? His whole thing was, what was his damn hope, right? So he ran on hope.
In half a mile, use the right 2 lanes to take the exit toward Service Road Airfield Drive.
Imagine that the people that voted for Barack Obama are now called the Hopians. You know what I'm saying? That is how crazy this is sounding.
Use the right 2 lanes to take the exit toward Service Road, then merge onto International Service Road.
Make America Great Again was the slogan for his campaign. Now it is now a noun, almost like this is a group or like a organization, MAGA.
Continue on North Service Road for 2 miles.
We talk about MAGA like it's like the Ku Klux Klan. Make America Great Again is a slogan, and it turned into an actual movement. But it doesn't even mean the same thing anymore. It's turned into a whole other thing, bro. Since when is Trump a Christian, bro? Man, I remember he went to church. Man, when he first ran, they had him go to this black church. He didn't. Man, I don't believe he Christian at all. Trump ain't no damn Christian. So, and then how did MAGA become this Christian fundamentalist movement? Like, you know, there's so many questions. How did this all turn into all this? And it seems like the way that time is going, that like every month it's some new shit that pops up, and you're like, where the hell did this come from now? Even the way Charlie Kirk, I used to watch Charlie Kirk because I like to watch shit that pisses me off. I don't know why. So I used to watch his ass, and not just the clips. I used to watch him do his goddamn college shit, and I was actually following him, not following him, but like following him, like rage baiting myself to death because I'm crazy like that. I like fucking watch stuff. Motherfucker makes me so mad, so my blood pressure can get all pissed off. And I'm like wishing I was there and how I would answer the question, you know, just crazy shit that I do to myself. He asked him this, blah, blah, blah. Because I seen him when he did a few of his, you know what I'm saying? Me being a person that likes to debate, I used to watch his shit, so just to, like, if I don't know, like this imaginary time where I'd be sitting up there arguing with a person like that, thought like how he did. So coming up with my answers or how I would answer.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto North Support Road.
Because all I do is raise my goddamn blood pressure for no reason, you know? But I do shit like that to myself, you know? And, like, to me, I'm like,
turn right onto North Support Road.
He was a person, okay, he's cool and everything, but he was like a person like a Myron Gaines or like a, you know, or like a, what's his name? Nick Fuentes. I'm like, since when is he like this hero and Malcolm X and all this stuff? Oh, and he got assassinated. Like, this nigga ain't no different than Nick Fuentes or somebody. Myron, when Myron and argue with me and, you know, just go into different places. Like, what is going on? Since when what is going on, bro? That goes to tell you how the internet could like take something and make it into something completely different than, because he was not all that when I was watching him, like where he was like this martyr. They turned this nigga that's like just a regular content creator to a martyr in 5 minutes. That's what the internet did. The internet turned this guy into a martyr, bro. Anyways, I'm at my location, guys. I hope that I enjoyed you guys staying with me while I do get to where I'm about to go. Hey, what's up? What's up? It has turned into something completely different. Like, what is going on, bro? They've turned this guy into a martyr. That guy was no different than Myron Gaines, Nick Fuentes, and they all go to college campuses talking to people, bro. Why is it now like that he's like John F. Kennedy or some shit like that? Like, what is going on? Now, it's very tragic that he has passed away. He got shot by somebody. But that's similar to like Tupac and Big, like, or somebody shooting like a regular, you know, entertainer that's out here. Like, is that like, well, hell, let me think about I guess it could be like a person like a Martin Luther King, or like not Martin Luther King, but like a person like that, because he's out there speaking and they shoot him. So I guess it could be considered similar to that, because he was out in public and it was in front of a whole lot of people. Same thing that happened to Malcolm X and everything like that. But is he? They are trying to make it almost like this is like Martin Luther King and they're Malcolm X. Like they were in like this downtrodden, like they're having like their civil rights, like they lost their civil rights and now this guy is the answer. Like what? White people have, why is there like this overarching feeling that white people have lost their civil rights, that we are now the oppressor? Is that what's going on now? That we are the oppressor? That we're oppressing them? Is that what the general consensus is? Is that we are, they need to fight against us because we're oppressing them in some type of way. And they're going to get control of this whole thing. So they're going to just take away all the jobs and do a reset. All these government jobs that y'all niggas got, even though y'all been running this shit for fucking decades and centuries, running the United States government, by the way. We're going to get all them jobs out the way, and then we're going to put white people into those positions. And I guess they think it's going to run it better. We're going to see. I mean, I don't think it's good to dismantle a whole situation, a whole system that's been there. I think that you to just go in and and maybe that's what President Trump meant by drain the swamp. Maybe the swamp was us niggas. Let's get all them niggas out of these government positions, and we're gonna get rid of all that, and then we're gonna get rid of all the positions, and then get a smaller government and have it run by a shoestring budget. And see if we can still run it that way. And then use AI, which they're probably trying to replace the government with AI to begin with. Which is going to be crazy. Because I just showed you how AI was talking to a schizophrenic. And it started to talk like a schizophrenic. How are they trying to use AI when AI... You can't trust AI, guys. I'm sorry. Let me go, guys. I'm sorry. I am going to come back later on. And Jackie, I'm so happy to see you, child. What's up, Jackie? I've been missing you, girl. Who else is in here? You know I can't see. Tiff for Tat. Hey, what's up, Tiff? What's up, Negro Ralph? Okay, some people got their message deleted. What's up? Hey, what's up, Von Harry? What's up, Owaspy? AI might in fact become the American president one day. Listen, I can't say hi to everybody because I got to go in here to my appointment because I'm about to start DJs again, which is going to be scary as hell because now that they're like getting all these jobs and stuff, like a lot of like your all this stuff is FAA government stuff. Like when you start like dealing with like the planes and stuff, like they don't have the right people trained to taxi planes in. And I'm out there on the tarmac trying to make sure that they can take off and the ice doesn't like collect on them, and so that they don't like crash taking off. Do you know how dangerous that is if you don't have the right skilled people out there that have been doing it, and you're firing all these people? Oh, Lord have mercy. Anyways, let me go on here and get ready to do this job. Much love, guys. Peace.